So let's get into the next topic. Pooh Shiesty snitched on himself. People are saying, look, first of all, that All Eyes on Shiest, great gangster album. All right, it's exactly what I expected from Pooh Shiesty. Was a very gangster ass album. Now, it doesn't sound like his last album. This album is more gritty, more gutter. This sounds like pre 1017 Pooh Shiesty. It's so gutter and it's so gangster. People are saying he might have told on himself. He might have told on himself. It's so crazy. Now, 1090 Jake, if y'all don't know, he do paperwork, exposing rappers and naysayers. He did a breakdown of Pooh Shiesty's album on some songs that he might have told on himself. Let's check out and see what 1090 Jake said, bro.
Pooh Shiesty just dropped his new album, All Eyes on Shiest, and I mean, to be honest, Pooh Shiesty didn't even really drop it. Gucci dropped it because Pooh was still signed to Gucci after doing this.
Y'all still saying Gucci Man lost in this thing. Gucci Man won, bro. Gucci Man won. Gucci Man still got Keisha Kiar laid up on him. He still got money. He might not have his jewelry, but dropping his album, hey, he's gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid majority of the money, because rap artists don't even get paid really off album sales. They get paid off shows and bookings and stuff like that. But he still won though. Gucci still won though, bro.
Let them know you won, bro. Why's it done deal? Let them know you dropping me,
I
bro.
drop you.
No, say it.
Pooh Shiesty dropping 1017.
Shout out to real nigga. Ain't never did no police shit or none of that, bro. Tell them what's going on.
Bro, we just did it. That's done.
What you do?
You drop.
No, he ain't. Because all 52 minutes and 19 seconds of Mr. Pooh's 2026 album is owned by none other than 1017 Global Music. Meaning, Mr. Pooh is gonna get the clout while Mr. Gooch is gonna get the goo-wop. You wanna make hundreds.
That man said the Gooch. Don't say that, bro. Hey, don't say the Gooch, man. Hey, yo, what the fuck? I need a ayo what the fuck button. I need a ayo what the fuck button. Either the Gooch. I ain't never call a Gucci man the Gooch. That's what? Do y'all know what the Gooch means? The Gooch is the area between the balls and the asshole. That's the Gooch. Nasty.
Go ahead and make you some free cash. Not only did Pooh Shiesty drop an album, he may have just dropped a new indictment after self-snitching on a whole lot of situations within the lyrics. Now, looking at his YouTube channel, as you can see, I've gone through plenty of the songs, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, this is a gangsta album. If you like gangsta music, this is what you want to listen to. If you like crash out music, and that is what you're influenced by, the album is fire. I mean, there's certain things
man, my favorite song is Reap What You Sow, man. The song I played in the beginning of the stream, Reap What You Sow, man. And a lot of Memphis artists that came out, man. A lot of Memphis artists. That Block Boy JB album, fire. Pooh Shiesty album, fire. If you truly like Memphis music, those right now are a perfect representation. Perfect. Block Boy JB that came out and Pooh Shiesty.
you're not even gonna pick up on unless you're in that lifestyle. I'm not gonna lie, the music is fire, but what it might do to his Fed case is light it on fire. Now, Shiest dropped a song called Reap What You Sow. We chopper gang, not goon squad, ain't got no hustle, get up and box. Got 2 knives, but this yard's sweet, so I'ma just tote my lock. If you've never been to prison, the lock, the combination lock, the same lock that you get in high school, is like the easiest freebie weapon. You can buy it on Canteen, you tie it to a sock, you hit someone over the head with it. Some people have been devastated by it, but in my personal experience, like you can get a little chunk knocked out of you, but You really have one swing with that lock and then somebody's gonna get on you with something if they have a knife or a banger or whatever. And just these lyrics alone, he's saying, got 2 knives but the yard's sweet, so I'm gonna just tote my lock. And saying shit like this while you're in a federal prison or a jail, a facility, you could get raided just for that, because
he is not lying, bro. The fact that you saying that you got a weapon, you got a weapon, you look, I'm gonna let him talk, man.
you're literally saying you're toting. Now he can be like, oh, this is all past tense from when I was in the feds, but the feds are gonna use that too. Because in federal prison, toting weapons gets you new charges. You get caught with a knife and you catch a new Fed case, you can get another 3 years added onto your sentence for having a weapon. Like,
man. So this is what I'm saying, bro. You on your album admitted that you had a weapon while you was in the feds, bro. Is that snitching? Is that snitching? That's self-snitching, man. You said it on the album. You walk in the yard, you had 2 knives, but you gonna carry your lock instead. You think they ain't gonna use that in trial, my nigga? Come on, Shiest. Dang, let this shit look. I like Pooh Shiesty. I like he's an authentic gangster, but leave him locked up. When he did that shit with Gucci, man, I said, yeah, leave this nigga in jail, man. People talking about some free Pooh Shiesty, free. Nah, leave him in jail. Leave him in jail, bro. He's a true menace to society. But I love his I love his music though, bro. I love it. Not snitching, it's stupidity. It's yeah, facts.
for example, this is the United States Attorney's Office of Pennsylvania. It states a federal inmate charged with possessing a homemade knife. The United States Attorney's Office for the Middle District of Pennsylvania announced that Marshall Martinez, 37, a federal inmate, was indicted by a federal grand jury for possessing contraband in prison. He had a 5-inch blade of sharpened plastic, commonly referred to as a shank. The maximum penalty under federal law for this offense is 5 years in prison and a 3-year term of supervised release. So this isn't like the state prison system where you get caught with a knife and you go to confinement for an extended amount of time. No, in the feds, you get caught with a knife, it's like getting caught with a gun. You're facing 5 years. So with Shiesty being like, oh, the yard's sweet,
it's all super gangster shit. Get your ass locked up with no key. Facts, bro. Look, I'm tell y'all, bro. They gonna have to look, man. Look. If I ever have to go to the penitentiary, just kill me. I'm gonna grab the police officer gun. I'm gonna do all that. Cause I ain't finna go to the pen. And I'm plump and juicy. No, I'm not going to the pen. No. I'm a law-abiding citizen. I pay my taxes, I pay my bills, all that. I abide by the law, all right?
just told my lock. All right, a lock is one thing because you can technically have a lock in your possession. You can't walk around with it, but you can have it and they're not gonna trip unless it's tied on to something. But when you're on a compound, a penitentiary yard that's so deadly you gotta tote a knife and risk an extra 5 years, you know you in the trenches. You deep in the trenches. Shiesty would rap, all I asked was the bare minimum. Ninja held his nuts on me, so I took it there. Yeah, I blank. Fuck you mean? I don't know exactly who or what he's referring to. Some are claiming he's alluding towards Gucci. He wanted to get released, he wanted money, whatever it was. Gucci didn't give it to him, and then, you know,
Let them know you goddamn, bro. Let them know you drop.
so I can't stamp it that he's talking about Gucci, but it's very likely that he could be hinting at Gucci. And even here he'd say, I hid my knife right by my, in case the metal detector beep. That's 6 more months in the hole if the CO try to strip search me. And it's just like, when I hear lyrics like that, it brings me back, because in prison, you get an ID card and you get like a little clip, a metal clip, right? And what people will do is they'll take that clip, they'll take a piece of string from sheet, tie it around the knife, put the clip on the knife, and then you clip the knife to your boxes so it's hanging down your manhood, and that's where you keep the knife at. So depending on how big the knife is, you can get patted down and they don't necessarily touch the knife because they're not trying to touch up all in there. You know what I mean? And that's where you keep it. And he's literally saying this 6 months in the hole if I get searched. Like if I get caught with this, I'm done. And that's a fact. I've lived that life. I've done that. I know exactly what he's talking about and exactly how that feels to have that cold steel touching your thigh. I've lived this, and you know, when you hear it, you're like, hell yeah, but do you want to go back to that? Hell nah. Now, Pooh would drop another song called Still on Timing featuring Big 30. And I mean, immediately, as soon as they get into the lyrics, my third weekend out the feds, I bet shit get to dying. I'm South Memphis menace, I make the murder rate rise.
He's filtered, he's a whore. Oh, he's a whore. What you mean by that? Get down. What you mean by that?
Binary triggers, AR pistol, this bitch double fine. And it's just like, homie, you asking to get indicted. You saying as soon as you get out the feds, you cranking back up with Big 30, and now this is your co-defendant on this federal case. And if you like rappers that live what they rap, this is the rapper for you. But if you enjoy your freedom, this is not the path to take. You ain't shot nobody in 3 years, burn up your shiesty mask, ain't got no hustle, all my homies trying to smash for cash. This is crash out music. That's all this is. If you ain't shot nobody, burn your mask. My homies ain't got no hustle, they trying to smash for cash. That's it. This is crash out music. And there are a lot of people influenced by this. They don't want to.
I mean, that's crazy, man, to say that, look, I've been locked up 3 years and y'all ain't trying to rob or kill anybody is insane. Telling your partners that. Soft, I don't F with the dry snitching after he talking about other people snitching and they're being, yeah, man, facts.
They don't want to make money. They don't want to do YouTube. They would rather do this, go shoot something up, drop an album, and then act like the system is against them when they get banned with 100 and some years. And if you need more proof, in his song Last Man Breathing, Pooh Shiesty literally says, they gave the homie 75, he get out when we turn 100. They're like, who, that's disgusting. They gave the homie 75, he get out when we turn 100. Y'all ain't turning 100. You know how rare it is to turn 100? You think out of all people, Pooh Shiesty's gonna turn 100 years old?
Like, hell no. Hey man, you talking about man, look, if you in a penitentiary and you live that life, more than likely you're gonna be in there. You're gonna be in there for the rest of your life. Cause you're gonna have to fight off people. You have to, man, look, cause like, if you fold in a pen, that's it. You're gonna be that bitch. That's it.
It's not going down like that. And then he's got more lyrics. Police keep running up in my cell talking about he smell a wick, but I don't smoke. You trying to find my cell phone, he ain't slick. They don't want to sell me a knife, I'm cutting up my locker then. You can't relate to that last bar unless you been to the pen. Yeah. That's the thing that a lot of people don't understand is when you get to prison, you don't just really get a knife, you gotta buy a knife. And to buy a knife, you gotta be respected enough to have a knife, right? And if they don't wanna sell you a knife, you gotta make a knife. He's talking about cutting up a metal locker. That's not really that easy to do. And the second you try to make one, everyone hears it. You can hear the sounds of you banging shit. Some people will take their lock and use it to bang the knife and mold it into the way they want it shaped, and then you gotta sharpen it. This is a process that takes some time.
Crazy.
Like, it can take days. This isn't a quick thing. In the process of you making that knife, you might get stabbed because nobody wants you to have a knife. So
facts.
This is all some penitentiary shit.
You wanna be gangster? This is what you gotta live with, man. See, this is the part of the lifestyle that isn't glorified. I mean, I ain't gonna say glorified, but that's not talked about. Pooh Shiesty is actually talking about this in the music. This what makes it so, the authenticity is good. That's what makes it so good, because it's authentic. He's talking about the real lifestyle behind bars. Not crazy, that's survival in their facts. So if you look, and then even Finesse 2 times said, look, if you a true gangster and you ain't ever been in pen, you ain't no gangster, cause it ain't that much getting away in that lifestyle. You gonna be in jail majority of your life. That's why I like the album.
Yeah, and like I said, enough shit to get your cell rated. But on his track, I'm Back, he opens up with, I'm a fucking blank leader. This shit way deeper than lyrics. And I don't even know why. Like, being rich part of the plan. I got premeditated millions. What the fuck is buying bodies to a fucking killionaire? I'm drilling. Homie. Even though he blurted out, we can assume he said, I'm a fucking gang leader.
This man snitching. Snitching on himself. This he also said, I think on Last Man Breathing, he said he got more bodies than Lil Boosie. He said he got more bodies. No. He said the only rapper that got more bodies than him is Lil Boosie. That's crazy, bro. Crazy work. Got more bodies than Lil Boosie.
That's the first lyrics in the song, but he beeped it. He blurred it out. They added it out. Why? Because in the federal paperwork, they say Pooh Shiesty is a gang leader. So to double down on it in your album while you're sitting in the feds trying to beat a case is like, and then what the fuck is buying bodies to a fucking killionaire? Soon they confirmed he up in there. I sent 4 of my killers in there. Like, bro, you can't make this shit up. This is the Crash dummy music, and he's sending it full force. I feel like personally he knows he's stuck in this situation. So the only thing he can do is be all he can be. I'm gonna be the most gangster rapper I can be, because what other choice do I have? And this is the only thing that's paying me. And obviously he's gonna get some type of money out of this situation, but Gucci is reaping the full benefits.
Facts. So once again, it's Gucci. Once again, did Gucci lose? Did Gucci lose? No, he did not. No, he did not. But that is, that's crazy to say. That is kind of smart on Pooh Shiesty end, because he ain't getting paid no other way. He ain't getting paid no other way, so why not? Why not?
Now, shout out to my boy Flacco. 2 weeks ago, he posted a former prison guard claimed Pooh Shiesty paid BMF members for protection while serving time in federal prison.
A BMF associate. So when he's a wheelchair pusher, like, you know what he's there for. He's paying for protection. Magically, he was only on the yard for a couple months. He got popped on a UA and he went to SHU. When he served his time for being there for a failed drug test, he refused to go back out to the yard. In that world, it doesn't matter if you're a gangster, it doesn't matter whatever the fuck, whatever world you go by. When you're done with your segregation time, you're supposed to walk the yard. If you are about your shit, if you don't have a bad jacket, you're supposed to hit that motherfucker and you go out to the compound. That's what prison is, especially at a penitentiary. That's what it is. When they give you the option to leave, you don't have to be locked up anymore. You can go back out to the yard and you say no, you're checking the fuck in. That's asking for protective custody. Whether you say, I want help or protect me, please. When you say, I'm not going anywhere, that's unofficially saying, I need help.
Man, look, help me, nigga. I don't care. Hey, look, I'm telling you, man, go on, take me out. Take me out. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Call me Charleston White Jr., bro. I'm telling.
Now, I already know y'all are gonna fry him in the comments for being white, being bald, looking like the singer off Linkin Park, and having glasses. But I'm gonna say this. No one knows prison like inmates and COs. And this dude was a guard in the federal prison. He worked in there. So he's gonna know the game. And they talk just like that. They talk as if they're the inmates. So they know what checking in is. And not for nothing, this is similar to the Kodak Black situation. Kodak was allegedly beaten by COs, put in confinement, shipped to Big Sandy, and never came out. He didn't want to come out of confinement. He didn't want to hit that yard. He never hit that yard. So he's alleging Pooh Shiesty was on it and then didn't want to come back out after the fact. So this is the CO's page. His name is Gio the Legend, Gio Martini. He's a former law enforcement officer and he's a U.S. Army infantry veteran. Thank you for your service. So he's actually got a couple videos speaking on this. And I mean, even this picture right here, USP Victorville, thank you for sending this to me. Memories. He's in the tower. He's got a shotgun right here.
Damn.
Control booth. You can see the yard. No grass in sight. This shit's fucking, this is federal prison.
Man,
they got an AR-15 right there.
That looks
another
miserable.
Shotgun, probably a non-lethal. And the craziest thing about this post is 28 weeks ago, Pooh Shiesty himself would comment, "Glad I made it out." And Gio would respond back saying, "You still suck at basketball," just playfully joking with him. I mean, he didn't jump in the comments like, "Oh, you checked in," or "You's a bitch," or nothing like
grass.
that.
I need grass too.
He's just like, "Hey, you still suck at basketball."
What grass you talking about though? What grass are you talking about, Desi?
Now, could this have been a clout move? I mean, possibly. You know, who knows? Who really gives a fuck? Because at the end of the day, if Pooh Shiesty didn't owe anyone money and no one told him you can't hit the yard, I feel like that would be different. No, I've never been to the feds. I don't know how the feds is, because you got some people that would rather like ride out and finish their time in the box just to not be around nobody, just to like mentally prepare yourself and kind of like deprogram from the program of prison, right? I'm gonna sit in here and I'm gonna think about how I'm gonna come home and how you can't really do that when you're like on the yard and like you're fucking GP, because you're still in the mix, bro. You're in the mix until the day you go home. Anything happens, you still involved. You gotta crash, you gotta whatever, until the day you go home. You pass off your knife on the way to being fucking released. You know what I'm saying? If it's like that where you're at. So could this have been a clout move? Absolutely, because it's not like he got on his ass when Pooh Shiesty commented. He probably saw an opportunity, whatever. Could this have actually happened? Sure. Does this mean that Pooh Shiesty's a bitch? I don't really think so. You know what I'm saying? He was already on the yard. It's one thing if he never touched it and was like, "I'm not going out there," but he was already on it. And then he was like, "Man, I don't give a fuck about this. I'm gonna sit in my cell and write my new album." Maybe he planned the Gucci Man kidnapping from inside of the fucking cell. Who knows? But I'll say this. I don't think Pooh Shiesty needs to drop any new music. I think he's too gangster for the internet. I think he's too gangster for the labels. And I think the best thing he can do is lay low, play dumb, like he says in his songs, and just focus on building his defense. Because the more
because it is over with, man. It's over.
he speaks, the worse it seemingly gets. But let me,
man, fact, W video, bro. W video, man. Y'all think it's over with for Pooh Shiesty? I think it's done. It's over with for Pooh, bro. It's over with for him. It is over. But hey, he's gonna get some time. He's gonna get some time. Just this whole situation he's going through is wild. I would never thought he would stoop that low to do something like that, man. Just to get out of a contract. And part of it might be because of the whole Big Scar situation. But bro, man, now you sitting behind bars. You could have been making millions. And but just by you being gangster, I know it's based off morale, but bro, you behind jail now, nigga. I don't know. It is what it is, man.